Hey everybody, it's Max, and I know it's been a while since I posted another video. The last one I did was related to Chimera, and they were duels, and that was quite a few weeks ago, like last month or so. And in that time, a lot's happened. We get the Rarity Collection, we get Age of Overlord, we get the Pot Collection, but those aren't cards, but whatever. And if you guys follow my community posts, I did say that, been feeling a little burnt out for Yu-Gi-Oh! Just because so many things were being released, and then it's just like, we gotta scramble for the cards and get this, da 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 da. And as you know, a lot of the important things to get now are the Horus Engine and SP Little Knight, which I did pull. So, if you didn't see my box opening, go check that out. But I have now gotten some new cards, things I needed, and this deck is completely finished. It is now, there's no cards missing to to keep its power level low, so excited for that. And I do have another profile coming out that'll be next week for you guys, and it'll be Virtual World spoilers, and yeah, just be on the lookout for that. So anyway, we're going to be showing you my Chimera branded deck profile, showing you the main, extra, and the side deck actually, because I think it's pretty solid and spicy. So yeah, let's just see what we got rocking with here. So for the main Chimera stuff, we do have the 2 Berthamet, the 3 Mirror Sword Knight, the 3 Gazelle, the 3 Kowato, and the new card that I actually put in, Master Tao, the Chanter. And gonna be a little shout out to Tombox from MST.TV, so shout outs if he ever watches this. I actually got the idea to play this card because of him, and just to put it there, guys, when I first saw this card do it again, I'm like, oh, we got a new illusion monster, and I did read its effect, and I don't know, I just blanketed out of how good it actually is. And being able to spring this on an opponent will be actually pretty sick. So for these boys up here, you should already know their effects, but quick rundown. Berthamet will search out this or a beast in the Chimera Fusion. This summons out any of these from your deck, quick effect, and you can banish it from the graveyard, while you have Chimera to negate an opponent's face-up card effect or effect in general. Gazelle on summon gets you Chimera Fusion or Berthamet or level 5 feed, and when you use this fusion material, you can add any illusion monster from your deck to your hand. And Berthamet, when this uses fusion material, can summon any illusion monster back from your graveyard except itself. Kowato searches out all of these boys, and whenever your opponent targets something on your field, you can banish this while you have Gazelle, the King of Mythical Beasts, negate that effect and destroy it. And Master Tao, the counter, however, this guy is actually very good in this deck. He makes it so your players can be a little bit more advantageous to you, so your opponent will go like, what the heck is that? So his effect is that when he's sent to the graveyard, you can summon back any of your illusion monsters, so either these guys or your boys in the extra decks. So he's basically just another Berthamet. And his other effect is that you can, well, not really another effect, but if you use that effect, you can only summon illusion monsters back from your graveyard, which, again, when I first saw it, it was just, more so I didn't really play it because he was another earth attribute, and I'm just like, well, Brandits can't make anything with him, so why play him? But he is actually pretty good. So he'll lock you into summoning illusion monsters from your graveyard. That's literally it. And at times, the only thing you're summoning back from your graveyard are illusion monsters. So if you don't play this card, I definitely suggest you play it. Again, shout out to Tombox from MST.TV. Got the idea from him, and in testing, it's actually been pretty great. For the rest of the monsters, we do have the 2 Fallen of Albaz, the 1 Just Aluber Jester of Despia. Decided to cut him down just because it's like you want to focus more on your Chimera plays. So, and he can only use his effect from the graveyard once. Again, if you don't know what they do, on field mini Super Poly by discarding a card for cost, and on summon add a branded spell or trap card, and when your fusion monster is destroyed, you can target a face-up monster your opponent controls, summon him from the graveyard, and negate that monster's effects till the end of the turn. So just another body to help protect you from getting OTK'd. And then the nice little spice, you can play this, or you can play the big what was it, the Anubis thing, the level 6 monster to fiend, but I just want to go with the barrier statue of the Abyss, because everything in your extra deck outside of your Chimera stuff is dark attribute, so this hurts you not at all. This more so hurts everything else in the meta, because I believe everything else has like multiple different attributes they go into. Like Dragon Link has multiple different attributes, but the main one is dark, but still slows their plays down a little bit. This somewhat hurts purely because they can't really summon the other little monster and then go Insane Plus or summon Plump and all that. And this definitely hurts something like Salamangrease, because everything in their deck, in an extra deck, is fire, so they really have to just beat over this if they can. So that's Barrier Statue. You can either play him or the Anubis thing, but I just like to play this decently enough because it pretty much does the same thing. And if the opponent does happen to steal it from your graveyard somehow, like Link summoning into Dark or Dark Charmer, you know, what's it gonna do to you? Like, everything in my extra deck is dark. Next, for the hand traps, we do play the 3 Ash and the 2 Jolin Lockbird. That's it for the main deck monsters. Now we're going to get into the spells and traps. Now for the spells, we have the 3 Chimera Fusion, your ace card. You can use fusion summon anything, and while you control Chimera, the King of Mythical Beasts, you can add this card back to your hand from your graveyard only once. We have the 3 branded fusion, self-explanatory. They ash this, you know, it does sting still, but that's the game, so you gotta play it how to play it. They got the ash, they got the ash. I do have the 3 Super Poly because you want to get rid of stuff in this meta, and overlooking a lot of deck profiles and overlooking like my own locals and stuff and people I play with, this card is actually a blowout because you can't respond to it. We got pretty good main extra deck generic fusion monsters in the form of Dracostapelia, Mud Dragon, Garura, Dark Starving Venom. So yep, maining Super Poly now is definitely a must. And if you couldn't already tell, the reason we have the low hand traps is because we do have the cross out. Getting hit with Joel really does still suck, and I don't want to deal with that. So we do our search. They have the Joel, just cross out, get rid of it. And if we have the call by, which we already, you know, spoiler run, then you get rid of the Ash if they happen to try to hit your branded fusion. So you're pretty lit. After that, I do have the 2 Triple Tactics Talents. If they do hand trap us and we don't have the cross out, we can just, let me look at your hand, or let me just set a card from, let me look at your hand basically and rip you out for another card. So now you're starting with 3 cards. The 1 branded opening to help keep our fusions safe from destruction and to summon Aluba from the deck. It does suck opening this Aluba because then this really just is a dead card. Well, it's not entirely dead because then you just pitch it with Super Poly. Now your fusions have a protection from the graveyard from card effect destruction. So, you know, it's a give and take kind of relationship. And then, as I said, with the 1 call by, keep any hand traps, stop, you know, Ash, Valor, Joel, all the lot. And then the last 3 hand trap, 3 Imperm. Also another thing they hit with cross out, should they have it. That's it for the main deck, a clean 40 cards. And now we will jump into the extra deck, which I am very happy about that I finished. Now for the extra deck, you gotta play 2 Chimera, the King of Phantom Beasts. I'm not sure about the whole thing about only running one of it, because this is still a pretty good card to go into, like during your opponent's turn or before their turn, just hand rip them. Apologies, also because I'm just a little sick. One thing I do dislike in the game is that hand ripping is one of the most common ways of just winning a duel, but if you have it yourself and you have the means to go into it, then you play it, I guess. But just because I play it as well and it's part of your deck doesn't mean I like it. So yeah, I hate hand ripping effects. So, but you still play this. Just facilitates all your illusion monsters. Next, we do play the Baphomet to help dump things like our Tau or any of our beasts or fiends, which this can dump the Abyss statue into the graveyard. And then how you would revive the Abyss statue is with this card, because most people don't know, you can banish him from your graveyard during your opponent's turn to summon 1 beast, fiend, or illusion from your graveyard to your field. And then Baphomet, you can banish him and then summon back any of your banished beast, fiend, or illusions. So banish him, summon your monster, banish this, summon this back. It won't get its effect because it wasn't fusion summon, but still. And then the way we win games is Chimera, the illusion beast. For every material used to summon this card, he gets that many attacks. The monster it battles can't be destroyed by battle, and neither can this if it's battling. But the other effect that's important is that when it battles, it zeroes out the monster's attack and negates its effect, and it can keep attacking. So this is pretty much your game-winning button in a sense. And now we finally have the 2 Guardian Chimera. You want to have 2 of this card because you go into 1 for like combos, and then you do, well, not really combos, but 1 for board breaking, and then the second one just to like push for even more game. Next up for the branded monsters, we have the 1 Rinbrum, the 1 Albion. I do still have the Masquerade because we can still make them, and this, if you haven't watched those duel videos, I do suggest you do so, because this helped me win my last game. Well, not win, but tie it. We have the 1 Lubellion, the 1 Mirror Jade, we have the Mud Dragon, the Garura, the Draco Stapelia, and the Magnum the Reliever. These are all your super poly targets, and you know, you're likely going to go into these 3 more often. You can actually make this on your turn and then just get rid of it. But these are the super poly targets. These are the branded and illusion target stuff. So there's that. Now for the side deck, and I want you guys to like give me some feedback, like what you think about the side deck, because I think the cards I chose are pretty good ideas in this meta. So for the start off, we do have, and I bought it just because, the 2 Trap Eater. Oh boy, shout out to the king. So Trap Eater, a pretty good monster. I suggest you buy your copies now before they sell out or skyrocket. But this boy, if you don't know what he does, if your opponent has a floodgate, like say they have Dark Mirror or Anti-Spell or Summon Limit, just, alright, eat it away, summon. Now I have a free body on the field, and you know, the floodgate is gone. Next to get rid of monster floodgates, to Lava Golem, because and what also helps it, because both of these are fiends, so I can like send them to the graveyard or use them as fusion material, what have you. Next, I am deciding to side the Triple Tactics Tap Thrust, because shout out to my brother in Christ came on. He did give you make good points that main decking this when you're going first doesn't do much, because if you go first, your opponent's not going to have a monster on the field. So, I mean, you can set your stuff, but that's literally it, all you can do. So the side deck is based around utilizing this whenever I go first, and they do have a hand trap. We have the 2 Lightning Storm, the 1 Harpy Feather Duster for back row and for monster clearing. We got the 3D Barrier, just to have this as a good card, because going second, your opponent definitely will have a D Barrier in their deck ready for you if they don't already main it or whatever. So just siding this, they call activate D Barrier, call fusion, cross out. Sucks I gotta use it on this, and if they have the Joel or Ash, I'll lose to that likely, but you know, I'd rather be stopped by 1 hand trap than be locked out of doing my entire plays in general. And the last card, evenly matched, complete board wipe, and you know, they gotta negate this unless you open up 2 of them, which is godly, and I have done. But that is it for my branded Chimera deck profile. Fully complete. I actually want to throw in there, again, let me know what you guys think about this profile. If there are any changes you would make, what would you play, what ratios you would take out, and stuff like that. This has literally become my de facto favorite and iconic fusion deck. If any of you watch of my old videos, my default fusion deck was Fluffles, but you know, they kind of fell out of the spotlight, sadly. But if you guys want to see a video about Fluffles, leave it down in the comments. And again, I do have another profile coming out after this, and that is Virtual Worlds. And I do hear you guys in the comments going like, you know, when's the Blue Eyes update? Don't worry, I got you guys. I will be bringing that deck when I get the Horus cards. So, you know, if you want to support your boy, I may leave some form of like donating money to me and something like that. Like maybe this will give me a reason to make use my Patreon and stuff. So let me know what you guys think about that. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe to see any more of my content. And I want to thank all of my subscribers who have been patient and waiting for deck profiles and or duel videos. I want to say I'm gonna go to locals this Tuesday, but who knows, maybe not, because you know, due to certain moments right now, money is kind of tight. But that's just rambling. So anyway, if you guys enjoy it, like, subscribe for more, share it with your friends, anybody who likes Chimera, and you know, get traction. So with all that out the way, see you in the next video. Peace.